Now, as far as auditing the Fed, in the vernacular of my grandfather, I does not care. Representative Paul sits on a committee that already has that authority.
As someone who's worked for the Fed, what would we actually hope to achieve by auditing the Fed anyway?
Some people, I believe, think that there's some sort of smoking gun or some sort of secrecy that the public does not know that goes on behind those closed doors. And the reason that is not one of my big issues is I don't think they're going to find anything. I know that the internal controls of the Federal Reserve are as tight as a drum. That's what I learned serving on the Federal Reserve Board for 5 years. The internal controls far outweigh anything that's going to be found in an audit, in my opinion. But some people interpret that I want to protect the Federal Reserve. No, I don't. So I don't know what they think that they're going to find.
Hello, this is Ron Paul. Last week, I was both surprised and pleased when the Supreme Court upheld lower court decisions requiring the Federal Reserve Bank to comply with requests for information made by Bloomberg under the Freedom of Information Act. Bloomberg simply wanted to know who received loans from the Fed's discount window in the aftermath of the 2008 financial market crisis and how much each entity received. Surely this is basic information that should be available to every American taxpayer. But the Fed fought tooth and nail all the way to the Supreme Court to preserve their privileged secrecy. However, transparency and openness won the day. There are some 29,000 pages to decipher, but a few points stand out initially. The Fed lent huge sums of our money to foreign banks. This in itself was not surprising, but the actual amount is staggering. In 1 week, at the height of the crisis, about 70% of the money doled out went to foreign banks. But now we learn that a good deal of the money did not even help American banks. In light of recent world events, perhaps the most staggering revelation is that quite a bit of money went to the Arab Banking Corporation, in which the Libyan central bank owned about a third of its stock. This occurred while Libya, a declared state sponsor of terrorism, was under strict economic sanctions. Of course, I can't say I'm surprised by the poor quality of the data provided by the Fed. The category of each loan made, whether from the primary discount window, the secondary discount window, or other extensions of credit, is redacted. Thus, we don't know with certainty how much discount window lending was provided to foreign banks and how much was merely other extensions of credit. Also, some of the numbers simply do not seem to add up. We are, of course, still wading through the massive document dump, but it does seem as though several billions of dollars are unaccounted for.